Are we live? I think so. We are live. Hmm. Uh, I don't know if I can have uh, this chatting thing as a floating window so that I can see that, or multiple screens are required. So currently, I do not have multiple screens at all. So, anyways, what's the plan? Mm, Plan for the stream is simply use slices for the rest of uh, positionless thing. So that's all the plan I have. Need to uh, learn Swift if generic extensions are possible. Nice. So generic extensions Swift. Okay, extension. Let's see what is this article all about. Came across an issue today. It seemed to all-time expectation on I had on extensions work. So as in business, extension will also generate a compile error. Okay. However, we don't get a compiler and we can override the functionality of bar where t is a string. You can only define the overriding method once. If you try to create another example where t is a string, you will get on foo where t is string, you get this problem. Okay, nice. So foo is something. Got it. Okay. And I guess where base is this and base is that is our thing. I don't know. This we have the internet, but it is not override. Okay. So it seems like in general time protocol extensions protocol foo and extension foo. Now some foo like that. Trying to understand if River general tab is extended or this is a bit of loophole that needs to be fixed in future. Is the internet we have to clearly such extension is additive and it does not override the less specific implementation which is only shadowed. Hmm. Okay, I am not playing the music. Okay. Yep. Music is needed. Anyways. hmm Being shadowed here means that when you have got a value with static type, there's no way you to spell call to implementation that prints bar. Okay. Hmm. Specialized extensions using generic type constraints. Okay. Mm, Extension on generic struct Swift. Hmm. So this is something that worries me. Like I have a struct and struct box, and then I do not do extension box of t where t is something. I do extension box. I don't know. And then we do some sort of equatable and all those things. Okay, makes sense. Hmm. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Positionless, and for the standard implementation, I think we have write backslice right here, right? So that we can write from one slice to another slice. Now I have array.swift, and what I want is I want to give the subsequence like a generic slice rather than giving it a subsequence of uh, array slice. So that is the thing. And write back, write back slice. So yeah, self. I will see. Okay. So slice.swift. So extension swift dot slice. Okay. Slice base does not conform to slice. Slice base does not conform to collection. So let me start with collection, right? Simply collection, and then I will try extend it to slice. Hmm. What is the subsequence? I think the subsequence is self. Okay. What is the part? Uh, for now, I want the part to be something like array part, but yeah, slice part. Hmm. There is no slice part. Okay, so we have array. Oh, we do not have an array partition now. Okay, we have partition. So slice partition. And I will try to write the slice partition. Okay. So this is generic partitioning thing. I'm gonna try to do. Anyways. Okay. Hmm. Let me add more things. Okay. It has some problem there. Hmm. Hmm. Should I open live streaming like that so that I can watch live stream things? Okay. Hmm. So there is collection. So what are the things collection have? Associated type element. I guess slice inherently has associated type element. Parts I am done with slice partition is empty. Let me try this one. Is empty, and I would just return is empty thing. Okay, and where first I think I should be able to do. Okay, and with parts. Okay, for now it's a to do. uh with slice. I think we just call f with self, but it's a in out. So I think copy and write would work here. So anyways, uh, slice partition is something I want to work on. Hmm. So anyways, slice partition dot swift. Hmm. And I want some array. Uh, I want some motivation from array partition dot swift. So struct slice partition element where, and the storage would be of course slice of element, and that would be swift dot slice. Okay, element is not confirmed to. Okay, slice partition of element, slice partition of so I think it should not be element, it should be base. Okay, and where base is swift dot collection, right? And then for the storage we can have swift dot slice. What do you think? I think it's great, right? So actual collection reference for the time being. Okay, actual collection slice. Okay, hmm, full collection slice. Okay, and what is the next thing? Hmm. The next thing I want is partition start indexes, and uh, it would have base dot index thing, right? So base dot index would be the all the indexes we it would have. Okay, so what it means is the start index of every partition and last index and in index. So yeah, this would be our slice partition thing, right? And creates instance of slice partition, right? Public init storage slice of base and okay base dot index, and we simply assign things. So self dot storage equal to the storage, so I'm just simply assigning, and it's slice. I have to be very clear, swift dot slice, because we have some naming issues, right? Self dot this is equal to what we have gotten, right? Hmm. uh, I also want another constructor. Okay, and this constructor actually uh, creates the whole thing with hmm. So what it does, it creates the whole thing with public init, and first let me write it, swift dot slice of base and partition Okay, so creates an instance of partition such that all the parts except last part is empty and last part contains all the elements in partition, right? So I can just copy from here now. I think it's exactly the same. Like we do not need any changes, right? So we are doing exactly the same thing. So now we have this init method. So what I can do is I can just call this convenient init method, right? So what's that? Slice partition of, and we need some sort of slice. Okay, so I can just call it with self. Okay, and what is the partition count? That is partition count. Okay, okay, where parts is this thing, and I want to pass the things to parts. So this is a thing, uh, f of parts, right? So I create the partition, and I guess I slice partition into this much partition count. So this one is quite nice, right? Yeah. So I think this is good enough for creating a slice at least. Now I want to extend this slice thing as a Swift dot slice thing as a slice itself. So extension Swift dot slice as a slice of ours, right? Okay, and how do we do that? Hmm. Oh, I think uh, for my NeoVim, what I want is a screen key should by default be enabled. What do you think? I think that would be really great. So screen key. Oh wow. Hmm. So to do right here. Slice which does not conform to protocol collection. Okay, it should not be get. It should be read. Wow. Somehow it is not working well, and if it not work well, that is fine for me right now. Hmm. Expression base element is unused, so I need to yield that. Okay. Hmm. Swift LSP is so bad, like it is just literally so bad. Hmm. Add steps and still it's saying okay. Base element does not go for collection. Slice partition of base. Okay. Oh, I'm getting a call. I'm getting a call, guys. Big break. Nice. Okay, let's see. Ah, slice base does not conform to protocol collection. That is fine. I am fine with this thing. With slice f of self. So t. Okay, cannot pass immutable as self is immutable. Okay, what we can do is for copy for projection equal to self, and we can pass projection, right? So yeah, that would be good enough. Hmm. So okay, and then we can have swift dot slice for slice, right? Uh, so I think slice has only one thing, and that is mm, a slice as self as subsequence. Okay, we'll see that. So mutating func drop first. So how can we drop first thing? Uh, so I think there is things like form after or something, but we'll see. Hmm. Selection.swift. My machine is so bad for these things. Wow. I have to change the machine for if I actually want to do uh, streaming. Or what I can do is I can decrease the quality for 144. Okay, so that at least this thing does not take much, right? Okay, so what I want is slice, right? Here's the slice. Hmm. So we have okay base collection, and that is internal, but start index and end index, and that is external, right? So self dot index form index after self dot if self dot if is empty, return false, right, or return true. So yeah, that should be good enough for having it as a slice, right? Hmm. So yeah, this thing is really good enough. Should I go next? Right. Extension swift dot slice to be bi-directional collection, and yeah, you can see Now for bidirectional collection, uh, what do we need to do? We have a last one, I think. Okay, that is fine. And we have to say where base is uh, swift dot bidirectional collection, right? I don't know, this swift LSP just turns off all the time. Okay, base index to input parameter required. Okay, and still it says slice base does not conform to this thing, and it has a problem with parts, and that is because parts does not conform to collection as well, right? Because slice partition is not a collection. What I'm thinking is, first let's try to make slice partition a collection so that we can be sure that we are going in the right direction, right? uh, hmm. So extension slice partition as partition, right? And add steps. So subsequence for us would be swift dot slice of base. Nice. Okay. Partition count. Mm, I think we can take some of these things from partition.swift where let's say I needed partition count. So it was just partition start indexes dot count minus one. So that's nice. Okay. Grow. Again, all those grow and all can be taken from here. So partition start indexes I plus 1 plus equal to 1. So we cannot increment an opaque index type like this. I think what I need to do is storage dot form index after, right? And that would actually grow that thing. Transfer all to prev. I can just take this one at least, right? Okay, and I can also take this one, and that is good. uh, Type slice partition base does not conform to partition. Okay, now we have a question why it does not conform to partition, because I think it should conform to partition at least now. Okay. hmm. Okay, we have two more things. Okay, so let's see. I don't know, parts. hmm. Right, this one is something we need. hmm. And this is array part, but what I want is not array part, but Swift or slice. I don't know if we should have something like base and bounce. Okay, so base is storage and bounds is okay. Storage. What is the bound? I less than equal to j, like this. So this thing seems really nice. Let me try to go back. Okay, subscript part I. Okay, fixed array, and that is a parts array. Oh, what? Fixed array is simply array, right? Ah, see if this fixed array. Okay, because it should be swift or slice. Nice. And similarly, it should also be swift or slice. Okay, makes sense. Hmm. And I can use partition right. Hmm. Hmm. I think now it conforms to a partition, and thus I feel that slice.swift it should conform to a slice. So yeah, that was good. That was good. Uh, Now I try extending my slice for bidirectional bidirectional things. So let me try that. Extension swift dot slice to be a bidirectional collection. Hmm. So we need a last property, right? Var first, and I can have this thing var last. Hmm. And similarly, what I can do is I can have swift dot slice to be a bidirectional slice thing, right? Hmm. And here, what we want is where base is a swift dot bidirectional collection. So if we have base as swift.bidirectional collection, then we can also make our slice as our bidirectional collection. That is nice. So let me try with bidirectional slice thing. What we can do. Um, Swift.bidirectional slice, and I can increase the music now. So we just need drop last thing. So I guess I would have drop first, right? So hardtime.env is so bad for me. For index before self dot, and this should be in index, so that um, I can try dropping last and last and last, right? Hmm. And that is a swift.slice for bidirectional collection, bidirectional slice. Now the only thing is that swift.slice should be a bidirectional partition also. So I should have this shrink function uh, that I'll try to provide. Hmm. Okay, so should I try? Slice partition. So extension slice partition for bidirectional partition, and I can just use the partition implementation here. It should have a shrink method, right? The only thing is I cannot do this thing, but that is totally fine. Hmm. I think I should also do the shrink n thing, shrink by n and grow by n thing, but I will see that later. So how did I do this grow thing? Okay, so in the original implementation, we were doing I plus one start index to decrementing the I plus one start index. So uh, in the opaque index word, this is the correct thing to do for now. So now I feel if I quit and reopen my new vim, this should be fine. This should be just fine. Here you go. Bi-directional partition. Wow. Where base is swift dot bi-directional collection. Now if I reopen my new vim, it should be fine, right? It is totally fine. And if I open slice.swift, okay, we have a problem here, but I think it would be gone if I do this thing. And I think we are quite settled on this one, right? Yes. So we are quite settled on this one. What is next? Next, I want to go for random access collection, uh, so that we can just do simple random access things, right? I don't know if my stream is going well or not. Hmm. The stream is going well. That's nice. Okay, that's cool. Hmm. I'm really glad that all of this is actually working. Is a random access collection, and simply we want where base is swift dot random access collection, right? Uh, it says a slice which does not conform to random access partition. Yeah, that is true. For this one, actually, I don't think we need to do much. Okay, so I also need a random access slice thing. Okay, and at last, what I can do, not the partition, I need slice partition. What I can do is I can just rely on random access collection and a random access partition, and that would be good enough, right? So we are done with random access collection 2. Wow, the progress today is really great. I was not expecting this much on a stream, to be honest, but that's nice. Hmm. What is next? And we have a to do here, not here, but on the slice partition, I have a to do implement grow and shrink, and we'll see that. Hmm. Now let's come down to mutable collection thing, and oh, what did this? Okay, I do not need collection dot swift here. Okay, uh, partition dot swift. That is fine. Let's start with wow, mutable collection things. Partition is mutable partition. Okay, and I actually need where base is swift dot mutable collection. Nice. In here for our slice dot swift, what I want is extension swift dot slice for mutable collection, right? And we need with mutable slice and with mutable parts. Okay, in out swift dot slice. Hmm. Does not slice which does not conform to mutable collection, and we need mutable slice like this, right? I don't think mutable slice has anything to do uh, with hmm, base does not conform to mutable collection. Yes, where base is swift dot mutable collection, and similarly goes for this one where base is swift dot mutable collection. Okay, Slice of base does not conform to mutable collection. Why? What is something add steps for conformance? And there is this first thing. Okay, first and last thing. Wow, nice. I will come to the first one. Uh, hmm. With mutable slice. So I think I have done with slice thing, right? F of self would be good enough. So I would just return f of self, right? So that any changes would be there in, but it's a mutable slice. So I cannot do that actually because then changes would be reflected here. Okay. Hmm. After this, what I want to do is write back array slice thing, right? For that, I think I can just use. Okay, and parse storage to self. So that would be good enough. And similarly, I should do something for partition also, right? Let result equal to this, write back slice. Oh, with mutable slice. Okay, this is okay. Where parts is this one, and that is mutable parts. Now I need mutable slice. So I guess with slice is the thing I want. Nice. T3K. Hmm. And I need to take the result and I need to do write back slice for from projection. Hmm. I think there is going to be problem from dot indices. Well, the things are well. I have got questions for myself. What are the questions? So, I do not believe this works at all. The reason for this is no. Hmm. I do not believe this works. All of this relies on if there is no range check into and from. So all of this relies on that because we can drop things and yeah, that is not something I wanted. I do not know if it would work. Hmm. Anyways, mm, I can do go for first. And for first, I really want is self start index, right? And modify, and this is self start index. Hmm. And similarly, in here it should be yield self dot index before self last index. Hmm. So yeah. Hmm. From cannot pass. So this should be mutating. I don't know. Didn't I do that? Mutable collection with okay. Should be mutating. Simply mutating. Mutable collection with mutable slash should be mutating function. That's not a big deal. But Okay, read accessor. Hmm. Nice. I think this is good enough, right? Hmm. Yep. Uh, this is quite good enough for mutable collection. I have mutable bidirectional collection as well as mutable. What was the other one? Mutable random access collection left, but yeah, I think we are on a quite right path. Hmm. So let me go for slice partition. I have a worry that all of this would not work and it would actually throw some unchecked errors. So yeah, let's see what happens. Anyways, hmm. Medieval collection for medieval partition, we need more things. So it should be Swift. It should be Swift. Hmm. I guess we have Swift first thing. Wow. I do not know why didn't we encounter swap. Okay, because that needs bidirectional access. Swap ends thing, right? Hmm. So swap first and last. For get, I can fill it. So for read, read. This is a thing, and suddenly goes for modify. This should be the thing. Okay, yield fix parts array. Hmm. And so what I think is I can just use this one to say this where parts where result is fixed array of parts array yield result, and what I need is again to write back slices, so I think fixed array, hmm, for I in write back slice from result I dot storage and to okay, slice space does not have a storage because that's a simply result I. to storage. Wow, this is so bad of a problem. Hmm. So here two would always be greater. Two would always be greater. I think for right back slice. Okay, and then from can be changed. So I'm never sure what to do here. To be honest, I'm never sure. So I can simply do this thing and be happy. Mm, assuming no bound check, right? So if there is a bound check, then I am there in a problem. Hmm. Okay. Swap first. This thing I can do. I can just copy and paste, and this works. Now again, wow, subscript, and I can yield this one, and I can where part is this and yield part, right? And again, I can ask for a write back array slice from to storage from part. So this unchecked thing would actually let us go for now, but yeah, that is not a great thing to do. Anyways, hmm. Partition with additional parts. Wow, this is too much. Hmm. So I want slash partition, and instead of write back array slice, I want write back slice from partition.storage to our storage. Return result. This makes sense. With projection, slice partition, right? right back slice. Uh, and this one is quite nice. This one is quite nice. Hmm. I'm liking this one. So with projection is done, and I just do not like this copy name. Okay, so there is something wrong going on with my telescope. I don't know what, but I can think of what it is. I think I should just need setup keyboard and yeah. Okay, no vehicle setup keyboard. Setup keyboard. Okay, no, it's not working. Anyways, uh, so with projection is done. Okay. So for slices, we are done till now. Now I need mutable bi-directional collection, right? And yeah, that is again, I think so. It's just too much. Okay. I think here we should also have uh, the collection thing, and here like, and it should be last get and set and the last element of the collection. Hmm. So these are two things we need, right? Hmm. Mutable bidirectional collection. I think there is nothing as just go extension shift dot slice to mutable bidirectional collection where base is actually a swift dot mutable collection as well as swift dot bidirectional collection, right? Requires no swap ends. So swap ends is really nothing but I think we just self dot swap at self dot. I guess I have done it for swap ends, right? Not like this. Self dot index before self dot in index, and that solves the swap end problem. I think there is this last problem. Hmm. So I need a modify accessor for that and index before this thing. Now I think we are quite good. The last thing is I need to say that this whole thing is mutable bidirectional slice. Hmm. And at last for the slice partition, again extension slice partition for mutable bidirectional partition where base is simply this, and this should work. Like this is a good enough thing, right? Wow, I've written a good amount of code on this stream. I never expected I would write some code on the stream, to be honest. But anyways, I'm writing it. Wow. Okay. Index before, that is the wrong name. Index and before is a label like this thing of Swift, to be honest. And there is, wow, what? I don't know where this. Oh wow, I use it. So this comes from a Rust thing. Nice. So this is well. This is totally well. And now the last thing I need is mutable random access slice, so that we can end this whole thing. Wow, this was a big of a task. If this works, that would be a big achievement for me. Anyways, so extension swift.slice for mutable random access collection where base is swift.random access random access collection. Okay, and base is also swift.mutable collection. Hmm. And it should be mutable random access slice. Nice. Now the last thing is for our std.impl in the slice partition, I want this thing to be mutable random access partition and ran random access collection. Hmm. Wow. Expected type, that is wrong. Whew. Wow, that was a big thing. That was a big thing. I think we achieved a lot. We actually implemented slice and slice partition. Finally, we implemented slice and slice partition thing. This is a generic slice and slice partition, so that is so nice. Right now, I'm feeling so good. Anyways, uh, now I can just use array, right? There are so many things. So here type subsequence is swift dot slice element and slice of self, right? And partition is again slice partition of self, right? As if I see slice partition, so it's swift dot slice of base. Okay, with slice, a lot of things. Hmm. So uh, I think everywhere the problem is when I do self and unbound and this unbounded range, then it actually creates an array slice rather than a real slice. So that is the problem, and I am quite fine with this thing. This is a simpler problem to solve, to be honest. So should we try? Should we try? Should we try? I think we should. Anyway, so first thing I want is I do not want any array partition. I want slice partition. That is first thing. Now, second thing is right back slice is correct from S to S. Okay. Oh, can we do this? Wow. Now it comes down to can we actually do this right back slice? Think correctly. I think I just first need to figure out can we do this? So from slice of C, I guess I'll just name this function as mm, C1 and C2, and right back elements would be my name, and C1 and C2, where C1 is Swift dot collection and C2 is Swift dot mutable collection, and C1 dot element is equal to C2 dot element. So this one right back element copies every element of 2 into from and C1 dot index equal to C2 dot index from. For all indexes of 2. 2 contains all indexes of from, Well, that should be true. That should be true. Assuming no bounce check, I'm currently like, okay, right back. Hmm, nice. Okay. Uh, this is good. Hmm. Now what to do? Right back elements, and here I can now just simply pass this right back elements, right back elements. So there are two places only where we do a right back of elements. Hmm. Now, we need a way to get slice. Okay. Hmm. So how can we get slice? Func makes slice. Okay. And it returns slice of self. So it create a slice and base is self, and bounds is, do we think this is good enough? Make slice, make slice, make slice, make slice. Okay. Hmm. Hmm. Oh, so let's see. Slice partition. Hmm. Okay, slice partition. Oh, it's saying it cannot infer base at all. Wow, that is not possible. Slice partition in it. Okay, general partition base could not be inferred. Why it could not be inferred? Okay, because this should be swift dot slice, And again this should be swift dot slice because of that. And then bounce is okay. I do not know the range thing, range or swift. If we have an init constructor, oh wow, this says it should be comparable. Anyway, range expression, we do we have init unchecked bounds init hmm, upper bound partial range through hmm, partial range from. Oh, it's iterator. Unbounded range. Hmm. How to create an unbounded range? So I need to see that. Create an unbounded range of given type Swift. Thinking longer for a better answer. You cannot just think. There are a few. Okay. Hmm. No. I am trying to write this, but cannot infer the type of expression. So I want to write it with explicit type. That's it. Hmm. Partial range from partial range to a closed range. Okay. Anyways, yep. Start index and an index is something we need. And now we do not need partition at all. I think we are done. We are quite done, right? We are done, guys. So Swift test. Let's see how it goes. And there is mutable collection partition and all those things. Wow. And there's too much slice. IMPL expected type. Okay, let me try it again. Slice IMPL rotate.swift, and there is this Mutable collection partition with mutable parts and all those things. Okay, yeah, so this thing is now called a mutable partition, and with mutable with dot star partition, and that is again that is with dot star partition control q, hmm, with mutable. Oh, we have with mutable partition thing, like, wow, that is so bad. I thought I renamed it to with parts, and for mutable collection with mutable parts, with mutable mutable partition control q, hmm, with mutable parts, this 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 this. Okay, array swift test. Hmm. Okay, cannot find with partition, that is with control q, with parts, with parts. Okay, I think we did something at least, and this works guys, this works. Nice. Okay, that's so nice. Phew. Wow. We have made it. We have made it. The stream is worth it. We have actually made it. So, slice first design for sl- slices for positionless design. I am loving to push it. Slice MPL. Oh, I don't know if did it run everything when, wow, like it works. Minus disable exit test, and who can think it of, like, in the first try it worked. This is the first try, and we are rocking. We have made it. We have made it on the stream. That was hardest thing for me, and yeah, it is just working. Let me raise the PR. Let me raise the PR now. github.com lang slash positionless swift. Hmm. I think we can raise a PR. Compare and pull request. That is what I wanted. Compare and pull request. Implement slices for positionless design, and Slices for positionless design. That is so nice already. Hmm. Uh, should I write some catchy line here? The sweetness of slices and uh actually I should try doing reverse based on that. So let me try doing reverse based on that. So that would reverse dot swift. Okay, so instead of doing reverse algorithm with this way, what we would try is with mutable slice. Okay, rest in rest while rest dot count is greater than 1, rest dot swap ends. Hmm. Well, rest dot swap ends and D11 3. I cannot pick any call right now. No call. Okay. Hmm. And this thing is extension for mutable bidirectional collection. Okay. Wow. So this would test my slices logic too. That if slices are working fine or not. Okay. Not like that. Uh, rest dot drop first and rest dot drop last. Result drop first is unused. So no, this works, guys. This works. Slice first year implementation of reverse. Hmm. And slices for positionless design. So now collection can project slice, right? Collection can project slice, which would contain which would contain all of its elements. Slices can uh, slices can draw first and last elements based on their capabilities. partitions are now disjoint contiguous slices for the purposes of PR. I have used uh, strtlib swift.slice as implementing drop first and drop last with uh, swift is hard. I don't know. I have a confusion. I have a confusion to be honest. So drop first, right? And I want to call it drop first element. And similarly drop last element so that we can be really sure that this is not standard libraries drop first and drop last. Yep, we now we are sure. Now we are sure. Okay. So for the purposes of PR, I have used lib swift.slice as implementing drop first and drop last as our array slice quite hard and wanted to avoid implementing my own array type in the initial phase in this initial phase of I wanted to add my own array type in this initial phase of project. uh, so yeah, for the purpose of PR I have used deadlift swift.slice as I found implementing drop first and drop last for array slice quite hard and wanted to avoid implementing my own array type in this initial phase of project. Rather, I want to focus on implementing algorithms so that we can uh, start getting more confident about positionless design. Yeah. Okay. And I do not want it on main. I want it for generic X section, right? Slices for positionless design. Positionless design. And I would ask Dave Abrahams mm, on this one. But there are a lot of changes, like a lot. checkout dot, and right back element should be the name. This is what I want. So if disable test, so if it works, I would commit it. Uh, mm, File rename, right? Mm, I am opening this PR on generic X section branch only. If however it seems that if it, however if it feels that PR is hard to review as there are so many changes upon so many changes you can. Okay, yeah, this is good enough. um hmm I think we did a lot and lot of changes. 465 lines of addition, 286 lines of deletion. This is just cool. And at last, I would want to inform in the Slack that I have done that. Mm. Hmm. I don't know if I want to do that, but anyways, I'm quite loving the thing, and yeah, the slice thing is quite nice. So yeah, I think I'm done. I have done so many things, and yeah, now I am going to end the stream. It was nice. At least we added this great thing, right? Slices to positionless design. So yeah, that's a nice thing for the stream. See you guys next time if anyone joins. Okay, bye bye.